even if you have no interest whatsoever in Morse code, and of course, if you do have an interest, you need to learn SOS. It's absolutely important because it can literally save your life. And this this playlist is just to show and discuss examples of that where learning Morse code actually saved people's lives. And it's kind of something maybe hard to imagine for today with all this modern communication and so forth, but the simple SOS has saved many lives. So here I have the Wikipedia page of SOS. So it's International Distress Signal, and here are the characters for it. You have an S, and you have an O, and an S. So I'm going to have my keyer on. I'm going to do S, O, S. Now, this is actually, so those were the individual letters, S, O, S. This is actually what's called a pro sign or a procedural signal. And those are written with a bar over it. And what that means is you send SOS, but instead of sending it like the individual letters, you send it fast, like it's all one letter pretty much, okay? So you'd send it like this. So you see the difference? The first time you're sending individual letters, I mean, people would still get it, but think of this as like an emergency. You want to send it and get the word out there to get some help. So I just wanted to share that. So I would read that over if I were you. There are famous SOS calls, which I'll probably talk about in later videos. But I just want to show this Morse code war stories that I came across. And the one famous story is Jeremiah Denton, and he was being interviewed, kind of a propaganda interview by the North Vietnamese. And you know, it's kind of one of those things where the hostage is supposed to say, you know, it's my fault of the government and things like this. But he blinked the word torture with his eyes, with his eyelids in Morse code, so people knew that oh hey, the American POWs in Vietnam were being tortured, that type of thing. There's another example of where is it? Okay, there's another example of a naval destroyer that was doing a drill and they lost all their power, and they talked to a Russian destroyer using Morse code, and the Russian destroyer just stayed with them until they got their engines going and their power going and so forth. So these are just some kind of well-known examples that I would, if I were you, I'd look up more on. And Admiral Denton is actually the videos on YouTube. You can check that out. I might put it's probably on my Morse code favorites playlist somewhere. But I've also read or heard stories about people they get trapped in a building and stuff, and they're yelling for help and so forth, and their voice goes after a while. But they're around some rubble, maybe some metal pipes, and they literally kind of bang out SOS in Morse code. So, I have my desk in front of me, maybe something like, just hitting an SOS. Or if you have your wedding ring on and you hit something metal or plastic, that maybe when rescuers come, they can hear that, or the robots with a microphone they send in could pick that up. But anyway, there's just something to think about. I think it's probably, I mean, obviously it's rare that you would have to use that. Quite obviously, I mean, pretty rare, right? But it's simple enough to learn, and it could literally save your life one day, just like learning how to dial 911 can. Anyways, that's it. I'm going to in this playlist, like I said, I'm going to find some examples of people using the SOS and that saved their lives, or at least got them out of a very dangerous situation, or communicated something interesting. Well, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.